Alright, what's up guys? It's Sunday, and I feel like I start a lot of my videos off going, it's Sunday, but it is Sunday, and yesterday was my first drift event. So, after seeing all the stuff I recorded, it was kind of hard. I was running around all day because we had some issues with the car, and I'll go over that. But I'm going to start the video off and kind of walk you guys through as it goes along, and it should give you guys all the information on my first drift event and the things I learned, the troubles we were having, and things like that. So enjoy the video, guys. What's up, guys? We are on our way to Raceway Park in Englishtown, New Jersey for Club Loose Haunted Moves. 3000s on the trailer. Got some tires in the back here, and tires on the trailer, and parts and all that with us. So we're like 10 minutes out from the track. We're gonna unload the car, get it tech inspected, and try drifting a 3000 GT. We'll see how it goes. So to start things off, my car didn't pass tech. I thought I had the proper brake line. I had 30 R7 brake line. We had to have 30 R9 brake line. It was like a 2-foot section of return line from the motor to the hard line on the car. I had R7, so before the driver's meeting, Steph and Dan, they went to the store to pick up the proper brake line while I went to the driver's meeting. And after the driver's meeting, I spent about a half hour fixing that on the car, and I went back and got it re-teched. After getting the car re-teched and put my Mustang wheels on, I went out on track. I was next in line to go, and the session ended. So when the session ends, they send everybody back to the pits, and then the A group guys come out. Club Loose is broken down into 3 groups. The A group, which is guys that with cages that can tandem, and they run the full front track, back track. Then there's B and C, which go out together. B guys run the front track, and then C group guys are the beginners. They run the back track. So I was in group C. So they send us back to the pits. I put the car in first. I leave the line, and when I went to go shift into second, there was nothing there. I couldn't get out of first. The car was stuck in first gear. So I took it back to the pits. We looked into it a little bit further. We realized that my shifter linkage actually broke. So I'll mention that in the video a little bit later, but that was kind of the biggest struggle that we overcame. So going into session 2, my first time ever drifting, all I had was second gear. We manually put the trans in second gear, and it was either car was off, clutch was in, or I was in second gear and moving. So going into my first run, I come down the hill into turn 1. Turn 1 starts out wide and it gets narrow as you come up the hill. So I tried drifting turn 1 on the wide part. It got narrow. I went off track. I spun pretty hard. I went off into the dirt, and I broke some of the clips, ripped the back half of my side skirt off of the car, so it's just kind of dangling for most of the day after that. So after spinning, I get back on track. I got it a little bit sideways coming down the hill, and then I spun again. So after spinning again, I was like, that's enough for me, because typically they say if you spin twice, just run off track, because then the guy behind you can catch up to you and you're just kind of wasting time at that point. So that was my first run in a nutshell. Second run, halfway around the second turn, I start drifting. I kind of get it, a little shallow, and like halfway around turn 3, do the same thing, kind of start drifting, get a little sideways. Now I'm starting to feel the car out and kind of get a feel for what it does, being able to stop the wheel from spinning me out. Run number 3, I'm able to drift a little bit of this first turn, drift up the hill, transition, drift down the hill, straighten out, and then closer towards the beginning of turn 2, start drifting, continue to drift all the way around turn 2, and then snap straight for a half a second, and then get back into drift going into turn 3. I swung it out wide onto the fresher pavement section, and then finished up that run. I was almost able to link.
All right, what's up, guys? I don't know if you can hear me, but we got about 4 laps in. Car's feeling good. I finally just about linked the second and third turn, so we're getting there.
All right, I feel like every drift event calls in my video with a vest, so just keep it rolling. Now it's no vest, coils in it still.
It's going well. I got a full session in. Car feels good. I only have second gear. So what happened was I broke I broke the shifter linkage. Sean, where'd that shifter linkage go? Oh, it's right here. Ugh. So, first time on track, I go to leave the line, and I shift into first, and I got stuck in first because the shifter linkage broke, which is no good. This does not work out very well. So, we manually put the car in second gear, and I've been running second gear only. Starting to get a hang of it, but we're going back out on track, I think, for the last session. So, here comes the video. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Gotta take a whirl in this thing with you. Jump in the passenger seat. I know it's only in second gear, they said, right? Yeah. Rock and roll.
So at this point, I went back out on track for one of the later sessions in the day, and my buddy Reese is also an instructor at Club Loose for the C Group guys. He has to hop in the car and take it for a lap around the track and kind of get a feel for how the car was, to then give me some pointers, because they were out there watching. There were 3 instructors on the C Group track, and they were out there giving pointers and tips and riding with people to try and figure out what they can do to make it around the track, and get a feel for how the drift cars are set up and suggest ways that they can improve.
Yeah, you gotta either have the clutch in or the car off.
Okay.
Because there's no, yeah.
Is this the seat adjustment?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just. So it's in second gear
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. And the transfer case is braced. So like light clutch kicks seem to be alright.
I'm gonna stick to this first.
Try that out.
See if this works. See how this feels. Second gear, fast as possible. Just clutch in and see how.
See if it grabs.
See how that's going. This doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But this shit has a ton of power to save you.
Yeah.
Were you doing that?
I'll clutch in and you can shut it off.
I mean, I like.
Oh, yeah, you're clutched in.
No, I mean, like, I didn't see too many of your runs. Like, were you able to do all that? Like, get it to come out? That shit was rad, dude.
I'm almost to linking.
Shut the fuck up! Jesus, Chris.
I'm almost to being able to link 2 to 3. But I need to come into 2 with more speed. That's my thing.
So you saw how, like, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I clutch kicked it like a teeny bit.
Where at? Coming down the hill?
No, coming up it.
Up the hill, okay.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa, then I kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And then it gave me the power that I needed, and then just like, whoa.
Okay, alright.
Yo, does it have knuckles?
Not yet.
It's gonna need knuckles.
Yeah, it has no angle.
But you can totally get, if you can secure this, dude,
Yeah.
and you can get this working better, or
Yeah.
like maybe adjust it so it grips up better, you'll, because this is unique, dude. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm really drifting this thing. So, this is really cool. You just
shit, dude.
definitely see if you can fix this first.
So after getting some fresh tires on the car, I went back out. I applied some of the things that Reese showed me for what was basically my last run on C-Tractor for the day. I ran out of tires, as you heard at the end of that run. The rubber was flinging around. I basically ran out of tires at the worst time, and it took up like a good 45 minutes for us to go change tires during the last session of the day. But I got at least one more run in. I was able to put into effect what Reese had told me. I came up over the hill with more speed, came down into turn 2 with more speed. I don't have the out-of-car footage, but I have the in-car footage, which you guys are about to see. And I was finally able to carry enough momentum from turn 2 all the way through to transition into turn 3 and link the second half of the track. So I was really happy with how that turned out after getting some insight on what to change with the car. That's a wrap for my first drift video. Like I said, it wasn't as much video as I initially wanted to get, but it was kind of hard because I was dealing with the whole tech inspection thing, the whole shifter thing, and I was just trying to be on track as much as possible. Some things that I took home with me that I'm gonna work on before trying to do another event is what Reese said is modified knuckles, so we can get some more steering angle on the car, because he was saying that you have to take like a crazy wide angle with such low steering angle that my car has in order for it to work. And then I'm gonna mount the e-brake better. The way it was mounted now was kind of a last minute solution to make it work, and we mounted it to the center console as I showed in my last video. Basically what we're gonna have to do is weld legs onto the drive shaft tunnel and have something that is solid, no possible flex or anything like that, that the handbrake can mount to, and then we're just going to keep bleeding the system. I want to get a smaller Willwood master cylinder on it too, so that when you do pull the handle, it grabs better. They locked up for Reese, but it took a lot of pulling for him to be able to like lock them up well, and with it moving and flexing and all that, it just wasn't working to its best ability. I'm just really happy that the car had no catastrophic failures. It took a beating all day. Car ran great, and I mean, I really can't have any complaints. A shifter cable is going to be something easy to replace, and I want to get the car up in the air, make sure everything on the bottom side is still good from when I went off track. But like I said, the car still is running good and everything went smooth. So we made it back home last night. We unloaded this morning, and I had a great time. Thanks to all the Club Loose guys for giving their suggestions and tips on how to be better, and thank you for hosting the event. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time, and remember to like and subscribe, because there will be more coming, and I can officially call the 3000 GT a drift car from now on. So there will be more coming with the 3000 GT and drifting and all that, and so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.